It's now time.
I'm so excited.
Oh no!
I actually love you, but
Oh, it's so wrong. I gotta go. I got something to do. Not as exciting as this. I'll tell you that right now, but.
Hello and welcome back to another season with Got Something For Ya. My name is Phil. Ollie is over here to my right. We've got a very special guest as well. But we are going to be talking about episode 1 of season 49. And with us to talk about episode 1 of season 49 is Amy Cusack from Survivor Vanuatu and Survivor Micronesia. Hello, Amy. How are you doing?
oh no, it happened again.
Oh no. Okay,
It
well,
happened again.
Amy, clearly, as you see here, is very, very stoked to be with us. However, she needs a moment, so we will give her a moment. However, Ali, just to get us started here, what did you think about the premiere?
It was a very good premiere. I mean, it was a solid premiere. There was nothing like groundbreaking. There was nothing fancy. Like there was nothing amazing, shall we say? But it was a good premiere. It was a good premiere. Like it set us up for some good stuff going.
You know, Ali, I feel like I felt the same way. And I am usually someone that like really, really loves premieres. But for some reason, this one, and to be clear, this premiere was fantastic. However, oh, hold on one second, y'all.
Oh, that was me.
I don't know what happened. I'm just sitting here.
No worries, Amy. No worries. Welcome back. As I was saying, we have Amy Cusack from Survivor Vanuatu and Survivor Micronesia. How you doing, Amy?
Oh, I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. This is always fun at chatting with you guys. I really appreciate your time. So thank you.
Of course, we feel very lucky to have you here. I want to get your opening thoughts. What did you think about 49's premiere?
Oh my gosh, I loved it. It was overwhelming because I watched it on a huge like movie theater sized screen, which I've never watched Survivor on a screen like that at Steven's premiere party. And it was so much fun, so much energy, so many people. And I'd met Steven for the first time, and I have to say I was really worried about meeting him. I thought he was going to be this polo playing, boat sailing, snotty.
Oh. Oh no, I think we've lost her again. Don't worry, we're fine.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
You know, and sort of to Amy's point, I do think that this was a fun premiere, as I was sort of just saying. However, I do think that compared to a lot of other premieres, especially in the new era, I feel like I'm so used to some things that I don't feel like we got from this episode. One being, okay, no idols, episode 1. Were you as blown away about that as I was?
Yeah, I was very shocked to, see it. Like I was kind of surprised that no kind of idols came into play and stuff. But I mean, we've got the time. Like there's time. It's like
Definitely.
it's still episode
Definitely.
2. I mean, maybe they were just focusing on other things for once, which is great because not having to deal with like a whole segment on just someone pretending, oh, are they going to get an idol? Aren't they going to get an idol? Like, I was happy to see that, okay, we don't have to worry about this now. So it's great.
Yeah. I mean, even Amy talking about it right here, finding Beware idols takes up a lot of footage in the first episode, especially usually, right? And that's why I feel like this one definitely felt very different. I mean, 2 hours purely focused on contestants, much like Jake Latimer, who we do have in the chat saying what's going on. Just tuned in. Hope you're saying good stuff about me. Look, we're just getting started, Jake. You got to stick around to find out. And we have our lovely guest back here, Amy.
I don't know what's going on.
I promise
happens,
we're not throwing you out
trust me.
here, but no worries. We will make sure to get you back in every single time. I was just telling the folks that as much as I love this premiere, it felt very different because we didn't see any idols or not even really any talk about idols, which
Well, no, there was a time when Annie went off looking for an idol for like 2 seconds where they're like, where is she going? What is she doing? But yeah, it's kind of nice. Being old school, I was happy to not see all the idol talk and all that. It's like, I want to get to know people. I want to get to know who I'm watching and who I'm cheering for. I don't want to hear about the idols and who's paranoid and like, let's just get to know each other. And I really liked this opener that I was like, wow, this is so good. Like I feel like I'm actually getting to know each one of the
Yeah,
players.
Definitely.
agree.
I can definitely agree with that. And look, let's start talking about all these players. Ollie, can you throw up our slide, please?
I absolutely can.
Fantastic. And here we are. We have 18 new players coming to compete. And this opening welcome mat talk was highly positive. Don't you? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, overall, you saw a lot of like good stuff going on. You had obviously, well, I mean, he's in the chat, so let's mention it. You had Jake in the chat, obviously, with what was going on with his father and how he was so happy to be there, which I completely get. Like it was such a lovely thing to see. And then I really enjoyed all the other positive things we saw. Do you know what? The first person that really struck out to me with this marooning was Christina. Christina's energy was just so bubbly and just happy and warm. And I was like instantly connected to her. Like, I was like, yes, that's like going to be someone I'm rooting for. Like, there's just going to be an array of positivity there, which I'm like here for.
I definitely felt that too, coming from Christina. Amy, I want to ask you, what did you think about the opening welcome mat chat, and who stuck out to you?
I loved it. I definitely loved it. I like that Jeff really went through and talked to a lot of different people. Jason definitely stuck out to me, and the opening mat. Who else? I have to say, and this is pre-game as well. Just Sage. I'm mostly in love with her. She just makes.
Yes, absolutely. Like I think Amy's frozen for a bit, so I'll just jump in here. Sage's like confessional, I would like when she did her marooning was just so fun and just so authentic. Sage is another one I'm just gonna love no matter what they do and say. There's gonna be energy there for sure.
Definitely. And it's funny, I mean, the other person that she brought up, what was that, Jason? I also feel like
Yes.
Jason stuck out to me. I love how authentic he was on the welcome mat. I don't think that we have ever seen a contestant come in and just on day one, right at the start, be like, hi, not only am I an alternate, but like the truth about me being an alternate, for the folks who don't know, I found out I was going to be here 30 minutes before I went to bed last night. Like that is just so wild. And personally, I can't imagine playing from that state. I think that I am someone who really likes to get my head right for things, and I would have definitely wanted the longer heads up that the confirmed contestants get. So I think that it was awesome that he actually just came out and said it from the start. You think that's going to
Yeah.
affect anything moving forward?
I don't know, because the interesting thing is you have on that tribe, you have MC, who was also an alternate. She's back.
My best friend is here to try and help me figure out what's going on with the internet.
That's fine. Don't you worry, my darling.
I don't know what it is. Maybe if you could ask him what happens, because it keeps kicking me off. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Okay.
do not apologize. It's all good.
We've got time. We've got time.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like you've got the interesting thing of MC, who was the female alternate and never said anything. So you've got Jason, who's been very much like, I'm the alternate, I'm this. And then MC's like, nope, not saying anything. But then to add the other layer, you've got Sage and Sophie, who were also alternates on other seasons. So you got them lot going, not saying nothing there either.
Right. That's exactly why I asked. I mean, I was really curious myself whether or not it would be a hindrance. And I think that on this season specifically, it might even be a benefit to him because there are so many alternates that are on this season, which is just very, very rare. Zan saying, let Amy stay. I mean, please, Wi-Fi, internet,
Wi-Fi.
the cloud, work with us. Anywho, we are going to move on to the opening challenge. It's always a fun one. Sort of the first time where every one of the contestants gets to sort of scope out who is on their team, who to be afraid of on the other teams. And this was an interesting challenge. It was very, very physical, which we've come to expect. Going, grabbing some crates, bringing them back, and then building it into a puzzle. What do you think about this?
Do you know what the main thing I loved about this challenge was?
What's that?
There was no mud. there was absolutely no mud. I was so happy to see that no mud was involved. Because you know me, I love the Survivor challenges, but when mud is involved, I am literally sat there like I would hate to get all in muddy just because I'm a bit of a princess sometimes. So I was happy to see that, but I was also happy to see that it was like 2x2 and it was like different things. Like you saw the brute strength, you saw the swimming, you saw the puzzle making. Like everyone had a chance to like show something, which I thought was quite good.
Definitely. Amy, what did you think about the first challenge?
I thought it looked like a lot of work and a lot of fun.
Definitely. I sort of thought the same thing. I was like, man, this is definitely a lot of work. Mud, lack of mud aside. And by the way, Ollie, yeah, this is maybe the first opening challenge in the new era to not feature mud. And I know Jeff was like very obsessed with this at the start of talking about being birthed into Survivor. But I think that we're good without it. And of course, it made an appearance in the first immunity challenge, which we will get to a little bit later. Alas,
I saw Amy's comment going, "Mud came soon."
Yep,
I was like, I want it. I didn't want it.
Sure did come soon. Yellow got the win. Were you surprised by that? Who stood out to you in terms of like really pulling their weight?
I mean, I think all of them did. Like the Hina tribe did an amazing job at like just coming together like as a team. I mean, you had because I think it was MC and Matt were the first pair of running to get the blocks, and I thought both of them did an incredible job. I mean, what I also appreciated is you saw MC and Matt kind of just go together. They were like, when they got to the puzzles first, it was like, right, we're going to go together. We're going to do this together. And then similarly with kind of, I think it was Sophie and Stephen who did the swimming. I thought they were really strong in that aspect. And then what I loved about Jason and Christina is they were so calm. You saw the other tribes kind of like get really worried and hectic and like they were panicking. Whereas like Jason and Christina were always they just had this calming energy to them. There was just this sense of calm when they were doing the puzzles. So that's what I think worked for them.
Definitely. Were you surprised by Yellow's win, Amy? Or did it feel like it made sense to you?
No, they just worked together so well. And like you were saying, Ollie, they were really calm and collected, and their like direction was really good, and it wasn't like screaming and yelling and one person it was just like a team that worked really well together, and it showed because they won. So I'm with you 100% on that, Ollie. And I just love Jason so much. Just like such a sweetheart, just positive energy. I would get along with Jason easy peasy.
I'm right there with you. I know I picked him for our draft here on Survivor Now, which, by the way, I think first time since I've joined the podcast, which has been quite a long time, that I'm leading the draft. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope that this actually stays. But I was also very, very impressed by Jason. I mean, again, I feel like everyone had their role. Part of the whole everyone really working together is that Jason coming in with the puzzle did an amazing job and smashed it. MC absolutely killed the physical portion. I mean, everyone really did their part. So moving on, the losing teams each had to pick someone to go and do an individual challenge for camp supplies. This was a wild journey to watch. Ollie, what did you think about you're already showing some frustration. What are your thoughts?
No, I'm not showing frustration, I promise. Look, here's the thing. I know of Rizzo. I think I've said this openly before. He's played online Survivor quite a lot. He's done a lot of those orgs. So when I saw him struggle with that puzzle, I was there going, oh my God, Rizzo, like, what's going on? Like, especially as someone for me, like, I never claim to be strong at puzzles. Like, I don't think I've ever looked at a puzzle and gone, oh, I'm confident in that. But I did look at that puzzle and I went, I think I'd be able to figure this one out. So I was sat there a little bit going, oh, Rizzo. I mean, I did I did appreciate the fact that he was like, look, I can go look at this puzzle, so why not? I mean, all's fair in Love and Survivor. So that moment between him and Alex, I thought was quite funny. But it was also the fact that he was fully looking at the puzzle and still couldn't get it. And I was like, so sorry, Rizzo. But I was also just there like, oh my God.
This is funny. I don't think that I clocked that you're right. Rizzo, I mean, part of his sort of like background into a lot of these games is that he was very, very big in the org scene. And so it's interesting because I'm not sure that puzzles are as demanding in the org non-IRL scene. So it's interesting that this is where he struggled. Amy, what did you think about this first journey?
This melted my heart beyond all belief because of course, you want him to win. Like, he's just like a kind, soft, gentle personality. And everybody thought, of course, he's not going to have it. And I love that he snuck over and looked at the other puzzle. But just the second he pulled up that wheel, I was like standing cheering, like, yes, yes, Rizzo, yes. I was just like, yeah, I couldn't have been happier for him. It's to have that feeling starting the game is going to change the rest of his game. The rest of his game, he's going to be playing from a completely different position than he would have. And I'm really happy the way that it turned out. It was just perfect.
Yeah, it was really, really heartwarming, equal parts heartwarming, entertaining, unexpected. And I honestly think that this is one of the first sort of fight for supplies that we've had in the new era. I certainly did not expect Rizzo to pull this out after seeing how far behind he was. But he did his thing over there. Amy in the chat saying Rizzo looks like he'd be a puzzle guy, but he admitted that he's bad at them. Right, and I think that's part of it. I before hearing it from his mouth, I definitely thought that that he would be a better puzzle guy. But
Same, definitely.
it's so funny how that worked out.
No, it was perfect. I was glad that Alex kind of went back without the win, because for them to like have the two strong guys and he just came back with a win, then that would have been definitely not as good of an ending. Like
Not at
the
all.
two tough guys coming in and yeah, I'm doing it. Like I'm just glad it turned out the way it did. I feel like it just balanced everything out.
Definitely. And honestly,
Yeah.
this makes me look forward to Rizzo and more challenges, because this moment right here where Rizzo is like, oh my God, and I forgot to open this one coconut. I was missing pieces, was just so hilarious to me for some reason, because it was like everything that could have gone wrong felt like it was going wrong during this challenge, and he still was able to pull it out. I felt like it was great. Moving on to some tribe camps. We have Yellow, who just eked out the win. They've got their materials. They are living on cloud 9. What do you make of this, Amy?
Well, I mean, who doesn't want to start the game like that? Like that right there. I remember winning our first challenge, and I was just like, "Oh my God, we can!" It actually gives you belief, like we can do this. It was all women against men, and it's like when you're a tribe and you don't know how quite you meld yet, you're just getting to know each other, and you win together. Then all of a sudden, you have this bond that's completely different than losing together, because then you're like looking at, well, why did we lose? Is it your fault? I mean, obviously it's all of our faults, but you tend to kind of like look at people differently, and when you win together, it's just like you go back and you want to hug and get to know each other and laugh. It's a completely different feeling.
That's a good point. They're not going back and immediately trying to play blame game or trying to play the "it wasn't my fault" game.
Or it was all my fault game, because people do that as well.
Right. The fall on my sword. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. Ollie, what did you make of this?
Yeah, I mean, I loved that there was just this happy-go-lucky like sense to it. I love the fact that they all kind of had this moment of running into the ocean like together. Like I was like, this is actually like just so cute and like jovial. I will say there was one thing that annoyed me though, and I think it's just like from my brain. Why was Steven wearing the trousers? Like when they were running into the like water, I was like, Steven is like fully clothed. I'm like here for it, but also like what's going on there? But yeah, there was definitely this camaraderie. There was definitely this like happiness there, which was really nice to see. And I feel like definitely with this tribe, we got to see some really nice dynamics play out. And I think especially with Stephen. Can I go for the next slide? Because I feel like
I'm going to hit it myself here to just say really
What's the
quick
next
some
one?
character moments from other people on the
Yes.
not too fast, Ollie. It can't all be about Steven, okay? Please.
Honestly, I forgot the routine I did, to be honest, so don't worry.
It is all good. It is all good. Yeah, we got to learn about some other folks on the tribe, which I do want to say, I don't feel like we got to know everyone as much as I probably would have wanted to, just in general on all the tribes. But I'm very, very I thought that we got to, get to know a few people here. We learned that Christina is scared of birds, which how you found yourself on Survivor? I feel like it's been a while since we've had a contestant like this, so I was into it. Pretty refreshing.
I loved it.
But it's been a while since we've had someone who is on the island, like complete fish out of water, where it's like, oh, I'm literally scared of birds and I'm in a jungle. Thoughts?
I loved it. I loved Christina. It was because it was so authentic. Because to me, it's like, look, I'm not going to sit here and say if I wasn't on Survivor, there would be stuff that would scare me. If you sit there and go on to Survivor and I'm like, no, nothing's going to scare me. I'm not going to be out of my element. Lies. So I really love the fact that like we got this montage of Christina just being like, nope, I have no idea. This is far from my comfort zone. And I was just like so happy with it. So yeah, I loved Christina in this moment. I was just there like falling in love with her more and more. Like this episode, if there is one person I fully fell in love with, it was Christina.
Yeah, she's definitely was a really big highlight on this tribe. Another big highlight, so big you tried to get to him early, was our friend Steven over here.
Yeah.
We learned a bit about his hearing loss, and he had some funny commentary on it, but it was also a moment where he was revealing something about himself.
Yeah, and I think because Amy said this, Amy loves hearing obviously the whole loves seeing all of the like kind of life stuff and all this. And I definitely think we got that with Stephen, because I didn't even notice until it was brought up that Stephen had hearing aids in. And from his perspective, I love that all the tribe kind of went, hey, we see this, we want to know more so we can like be more like what's the word? We can be more accommodating, and we can like make sure that we're not just isolating you in that sense. And I really appreciated that from the tribe as well, because I think the last time we saw anyone with like any sort of hearing impediment was Ricard, because obviously Ricard, I believe, is deaf in his right ear, because the way that I remember, because I remember this thing where Ricard was always on the end of tribal council, so he could still hear everything that was going on. So I loved this moment. Obviously, it reminded me of that. So it just gave me something to root for in Stephen, and it showed a human side, which was really nice.
Definitely. Zan's asking, do they let him recharge them or do they last? I bet that they have multiple batteries out there and they replace it when needed. I definitely don't think that it would be a thing where when it runs out of battery, they're just like, well, this is your storyline. Like, no, they would definitely, make sure that he's recharged. And by the way, I know we had Amy on here for a bit and she was actually with us and talking. We are trying our best to get her back on the line now. So if you see Ollie looking down a little bit, he is troubleshooting. If you saw me looking down to the left a little bit, I was texting Ali saying, "Ollie, can you figure this out?" Because he is our guru, and he works a lot.
Which is so funny because I'm not a tech person at all.
I didn't say tech person, just general guru. Anywho, a little more here. And this sort of goes into the whole Yellow Tribe storyline. We see Stephen bonding with everybody.
Yes. I thought this was good. I really thought this was good. Especially, I love seeing this dynamic because I think, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely someone that kind of like saw Matt and was kind of just like, I don't know how he's gonna do. Like I was worried about him. So to see him and Stephen bond like this, like, was a really nice moment. And I think I didn't put a picture on it, but you had the moment where Matt was like, I know how to do this. I can do this fire. And I think it was Stephen that went like, Matt, try and have a go in that and got it. And I think even that, it was like, Stephen was kind of being like, I can see what you can do. So I want to work with that. And I want to show that like, hey, I'm here to uplift you as well. But I do think Stephen was doing a great job at kind of getting in good with everyone and just really social bonding. I mean, I can't remember who said it to him, but he was very much like a social nerd or a Survivor nerd. So I was like, yeah, we've got this.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe that was Christina that said that, actually. And I agreed. It's very clear that he is. He's in confessionals, giving good takes. That said, I do wonder if this is going to turn out to be one of those, this guy is in with everyone. How can I trust that I am really his number one sort of thing? Or if this is just going to set him up for the long game. We shall see. Also, just a nice note from Amy here, and reiterated by me and Ali. She said, if you're in here, Matthew, we miss you. Great job on AU versus the World. That's right, Matthew. We miss you. Ollie looking down just because he's texting. He loves you too. And you did a phenomenal job on AU versus the World. And we definitely miss you. Matthew will be slipping in here here and there this season. So, definitely keep watching week to week. Now, we go to our Blue Tribe. What were some highlights from the Blue Tribe for you? For me, it was this 3 right here. And it's ironic because it's more like a 2+1. But what did you make of this bromance, but also like not bromance because there is supposed to be a woman in Sophie in this alliance, but it's still the bromance because Jake loves Alex. And there's a lot to talk about here. And you know what? I think,
oh my God! Look, Amy's back, so Amy can do
right.
it for me, so I don't have to talk about my
Let's have Amy talk about this.
What are we talking about?
We are talking about this lovely alliance that Jake calls a bromance. But Sophie, you're in the bromance, and we're a duo, but we're also a 3 because Sophie, you're here. What do you make of this group here?
That just is horrible. I would have voted out Jake first thing. I mean, God bless him. He seems like he's a nice guy-ish, but I just couldn't stand him. He's like, I'm in charge. I got this. Sorry, Jake. No. Just everything about that was definite no. I would have figured out somehow. I'd pulled a Parv and somehow gotten rid of the muscle man.
Yeah.
And it's ironic. I mean, the truth is, Amy, like, I feel like it takes far from a rocket scientist to see what's going on here. He's literally standing there being like, yeah, this is a bromance. And you too, Sophie. It's the 3 of us. And it's like, it is so clear that Sophie is on the bottom of whatever structure you're trying to act like.
But that's a great spot for her, though, because she can let them think that she's going to be that extra one.
Yeah.
That can be the perfect mixture to vote him out. Just be like, oh, yeah. And she could say, I've got this other person that's not threatening to him, because I think not many people are threatening to him because he thinks he has the biggest pants in town. And just take him out. Like, I think she should have done that straight away. But you know what? A little bit further down the line, she'll be able to do it if she's got her head screwed on straight.
And I will give Sophie the credit. I think Sophie is fully aware of that dynamic.
Yeah.
And I think Sophie was like, I'm going to just roll with it. Like, at the end of the day, it keeps me safe. I'm going to be in this powerful, pivotal kind of position. I will just say, though, look, we all know me. If anyone knows me from Survivor Now podcast, do I root for a man? No. But I will say, Jake had one of the funniest moments for me when he was talking about his bromance, and I thought it was really sweet. And obviously he was there going, yeah, not in a sexual way.
I know, that was the best. And he didn't even make it.
Oh.
No, we all laughed.
And then he realized what he did, and I was like, to me, that was so funny, and I really appreciated it on a human level. Amy, I will get to that. I don't know yet, actually. Amy is my queen this season. To know yet.
I love it. Another alliance that we got a chance to see was Alex and our friend Trashy Annie. Ollie, you're already covering your face, but I'm going to go to Amy first. Amy, what did you think about this budding alliance?
Well, I don't know. It seems like an awkward coupling. Yeah, I don't know, and it wasn't real. It wasn't real. I don't think it was an actual. I think Alex just did it because he saw Annie on the outside and her going off on her own. Kind of. Why does anyone do that straight away? You do not want to leave anyone's side at all, ever. You want to hear everything. You want to watch everybody's reactions to each other. You want to see exactly what's going on. You do not want to be running up. Like, we all know that. We all know that. Don't go off on your own. So it kind of seems iffy to me. It's not like a solid, we got this till the end kind of alliance.
Yeah, it is definitely Survivor 101. Do not go off on your own. Do not go off in a small pair in an obvious way. Ollie, is this a true alliance, or is this just a matter of convenience? The old first day shenanigans.
Part of me thinks that the initial thing is like they want to bond, they want to have this connection. I do feel like it could turn into an alliance of convenience for one of them.
For which one?
Alex.
Yes.
For me, the part that killed me though was obviously Alex was trying to like give Annie his reasonings for like why he wanted to kind of work with her, and she I loved that she went, "Don't say the mum. Do not say the mum. It's fine." And like Alex was like, "No, I'm not going to say the mum." And then in his confessional, and he goes, "Yeah, I work for a congresswoman grandmother," and I was like, "So you weren't calling her a mum, you were calling her a grandma unintentionally." I was like, I pray that Annie saw that, and if like you just see her face, I'd love to have seen her reaction to hearing that and being like, "Hold on, is he?"
But why doesn't she just own it? Why doesn't she be like, "Yeah, I'll be your grandma, I'll be your mom, whatever you need, as long as you are sticking by my side"? I mean, that only goes so far, but why not just own it? I mean, yeah, I'm a hot grandma, I'm a hot mom, whatever. Like, own it.
Whatever it takes to move forward in this game, right? And I'll tell you this, I do think, we are in a strange era of Survivor where the oldest woman is 49 and she is being compared to a grandma in the first place. I was sitting there and I was like, look, I'm watching with my buddies here, but I know if I was watching this with my mom, she'd be like, "What are you talking about? This woman is young." Yeah. I mean, I just find that so funny. Let's see. Just want to pull in some chats from the folks in the chat here. Zans believes his friendship with Annie may be what saves him from the Sophie swing. He sees a pattern here in supporting Annie in his cover zone. Yeah, just some nice moments of Alex really getting in with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along, some other friendships budding on the Blue Tribe are Sophie and Jeremiah. What'd you make of this? Ollie, you want to start?
I loved this. Only because I remember when I picked Jeremiah for the draft, everyone was like, "Ooh," and I was like, "No." I was like, "You're not all about to do this to my boy Jeremiah."
No.
And I love the fact that Jeremiah instantly, like, obviously clocked everything and very much was like, "I'm going to put myself in a great spot here." So I think Jeremiah did a great job when it came to the bonding with everyone, because obviously Nicole went straight over to him, and then you've got Sophie coming straight over to him, and then he can go to Jake and be like, "Leave fams." So I'm like, I know that Sophie did an incredible job in this tribe. I think Sophie is probably in one of the best spots. But I also think Jeremiah is right there with her, because he understands the dynamics and can also play off that, but almost kind of have Sophie as a shield, because I think Sophie's a very loud character, and I think Sophie's going to be at the front, and Jeremiah can kind of like be her like gay best friend, being like, "Yes, continue that. You be the target."
What'd you think about this, Amy?
Well, I think Jeremiah can never sit back and just be like, he's got too much zhuzh and excitement, and he has to get in it. And you want him in it because he's so fun to watch. Like, he's just so much fun to watch. When Jeff was like talking to him about like, "Oh, so you're a little kid. What's it like to be adult?" And he's like, "I don't want to be an adult. I'm happy." He just melts my heart. He is so much fun to watch. And Sophie I think she's really one to look out for. I think she's smart. I think she knows what's going on and doesn't like put it all out there. I really like her. I'm definitely rooting for her for sure. I think they're a great duo.
Yeah. First of all, I am right there with you on Sophie. I think that Sophie is like electric, and I feel like I can already see shades of her just kicking it in that next gear. She has a cutthroat to her, a cutthroatness to her that is
Yeah.
so present, even in these happy times. If I'm being honest, Ollie, don't kill me here. I need to see Jeremiah have a bad day. I need to see Jeremiah have an awful day because right now, all I can see is him smiling.
Say it again.
Look, I don't want it. I don't want the heat. Listen, man, I mean, it's ironic. I feel like Jeff has sort of felt this too on that side, where he's telling Steven in the opening, Matt, this isn't Price is Right. What are your actual thoughts? To your point, Amy, even him, we're gonna get to it over later at Tribal. It's like, okay, well, what does the adult version of you think? Like, this isn't happy-go-lucky cartoon theme park world. This is Survivor. You are eventually going to have to cut throats. And all I've seen from Jeremiah thus far is him being this spriteful, super bright, super happy-go-lucky individual, which I love. However, Sophie, again, she's giving that, but I can also very much tell, okay, when the heat gets turned up, she is gonna be able to match that temperature. And with Jeremiah, I wonder if he is. If I'm being completely transparent here, Lord, Amy, please.
Some people find joy in cutting throats, and I think this is just going to have so much fun cutting throats, and he's going to enjoy it. He doesn't have to be like pensive and tense, and he can have fun doing it. He can be a fairy godmother going, "Bing, you're gone, and have fun doing it."
I look forward to it.
Like,
I very, very much look forward to that, and I think that for me, that would make him a more full character. Right now, I just can't fully see it, and for what it's worth, I see that with Sophie. I'm like, Sophie is going to be smiling and joking and be as animated as she is, even when she's cutting throats, and I'm stoked to see it. Now this was fun. Jake, or rather, let's maybe all do a poll. Was this fun or was this absolutely pointless? Jake hiding left shoes. Amy,
I take it.
Sorry, I'd like Amy to go first. I've already got
go for it.
I'm just gonna say, I think Jake is so impressed with himself that he's like, oh, well, what else can I do to be so impressive? Oh, I'll hide a shoe. And he picks like the most vulnerable person on the tribe to hide their shoe. And it's just like picking on the kid at school that doesn't have friends yet. And I feel like Nicole was just kind of trying to find her way in the tribe, and to pick on Nicole, like pick on somebody else, like pick your own size. If you want to hide shoes, like, I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't Rupert cool. It wasn't, it wasn't, it just felt pointless.
Ollie?
I just know, and again, I for people that don't know, my opinions come from if I hypothetically was on the show and how I would react. I know this. If I noticed someone taking shoes, I'd literally sit there and be like, who is doing this and why? Because I understand the chaos side. Chaos and TV entertainment, absolutely funny. But if I was on that island, I would sit there and be like, why are you doing this? Like, stop touching my shoe. I'm like, stop touching the shoe. I will say he did have a funny moment on Instagram where he took Abby Marie Gomez's husband's shoe and hid it in a drawer. That I find funny. But if I was on that island, I'd be like, no, stop taking my shoe. My shoe is staying put.
Oh, I think I would set a trap for the guy. I think I would set a trap and make it known to everyone. I just want everyone to know here, you need to protect your shoes because Jake is sabotaging people. I would literally stay up all night just to figure out who it is.
Yeah.
And I would tie my shoelaces together and then tie the other lace to something else so he couldn't do it easily if I had my shoes off. But we slept with our shoes on. We didn't take our shoes off unless we were in the water. I'd keep an eye on those things. Your shoes and socks, I think, are your most important thing. Because when you're doing challenges, you can do it without clothes, as Rich has taught us, but you can't do it without your shoes in a lot of cases.
That's a good point. Very good point. Now look, enough from Blue. We will hear from them later. We are going to move on to the Red Tribe. So we see the folks out here in the water, getting to know one another. And
No, go back because it was Sage.
oh, please, yes, Ollie, please give us the call back here.
Oh, because this was where they were waiting for Rizzo, and I forgot to grab a thing of obviously Rizzo being there. So sorry.
Okay.
This is another person I loved. Sage's no filter being like, "Hey, I love poop." Now is that me? No, but I love the like just authenticity of it all, and just how non-filter she was.
Yeah,
I just loved Sage in this moment, just because again it was just so non-filter, and I was like, give me that.
I could have done so much more prepping for this season as I usually do. I usually am someone who watches all the preseason stuff. I mentioned it on the draft. I think there's something with knowing 50's around the corner that had me be a little bit lighter on sort of this preseason prep for 49. But the truth is, I do not think that I could have called what I got from Sage from right in front of her face. I just was so blown away by if I can say how not only open but like a little gross Sage can be. And I was just not at all prepared for that. And yeah, this talk about poop, I think that part of me pushing through this slide was me wanting to forget a little bit that this was even a thing. But typical Ali, he will not let that happen, and that is why I love him. It should have been remarked. It should be remarked again. But the Red Tribe, it's definitely a unique way to bond here. And before we push through, I do want to hear from Amy. Amy, what did you think about all of Sage's poop talk?
I love it. You have no idea how much poop happens on Survivor. We did group poops together. All of us girls would sit in a circle in the middle of the night because it was scary to go out by yourself at night, and we were sick. So poop is part of it, and poop happens. And in fact, Steven and I were talking about poop at the premiere. Like, it's part of life. It's part of who you are. Poop happens.
Poop happens. Hashtag poop happens. And send that with hashtag Survivor Now. Make sure you're following us on all social media sites. Moving along here. By the way, we have more than just Jake in the chat. We've got a hello from our friend Sophie. Hello, Sophie. How are you doing? And we also got from Amy the poop and pee stuff. If it continues, no, she'd have to go. I find it immature. Oh, so we've got a little counter here. Amy and Amy disagree. That's a funny one. Going to push forward here. Okay. This right here might have been my breaking point. It is so strange because I think that from the outset, I would have felt like, oh, I'm going to get along with all these people in the Red Tribe. I don't know what it is. Maybe I am, as Christian said some years ago, I am maybe too much of a hyper-frenetic individual. The meditation, the sitting, the thinking, the ocean, that would have gotten to me. Amy, what did you make of how would you have felt with all this?
Well, I just have to say that I think that Shannon's pretty smart. Really smart. If she can get all those people sitting there doing that and like into it, good for her. I would have been side-eyeing her. I would have been like Savannah, just being like, what the actual? I'm gonna go with it. But this chick is she's up to something. She's up to something.
Yeah.
You know,
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ollie, please.
I fully was Savannah in this moment, like, because again, like people that don't know, my favorite one of my favorite castaways of all time is Courtney Yates, and like if I was in this meditation session, I would have just been there, like I would have held in laughter because it's not me, but I also am fully aware of that. So I would have had to have tried so hard to kind of join in with it, but it's just because I can't find that thing of myself. That is just me. That is no shade towards Shannon. But I was very much Savannah. And just to answer Amy's question, Savannah
Savannah is your queen. She's a lot like Parf. Every time that she flashed up, I was like,
oh, she kind of reminds me of Parv, which gave me chills because we wanted to get rid of Parv first thing in Fans versus Favorites. She was our number one pick. Eliza was so on with that, but she kind of gives me the oh shit whenever she comes up on the screen. But you can tell she's smart. You can tell she's onto it.
Yeah. By the way, I'm with all of y'all. I mean, right here, she's following the age old rule. If you're on the tribe, you kind of have to go along with it. So you're not an outsider. But she'd hate it. I think we're all sort of saying we'd be sort of side-eyeing, rolling our eyes. I think that I probably, going back to poop, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'd love to be here. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be back. And I just, screw off for a little bit. I can't imagine being able to take this, as seriously on the island. And the ironic part is I've done yoga. I'm with the actual yoga at the yoga centers. I'd love to visit your spot, Shannon. I just think that doing it on Survivor, I think I would have, I don't know, would have felt very funny. But this did not stop Savannah from wanting to work with Shannon, which is interesting. And I think that does show her capacity for being able to just look outside of, oh, she's doing this thing that I think is ridiculous. I don't like her. She was like, oh, I find this ridiculous. But to your point, Amy, I think there's a bigger picture here. And I think that Shannon has something up her sleeve, and I'd love to work with her. And here we see Savannah, Shannon, and Juwan having a talk. And it seems like they're getting along here. Do we have faith in this threesome?
No.
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 Tell us why, Ollie.
Do you know what? I worry more so for Jawan because I loved how he described it as like we've got a casting call for the fourth member of our alliance, but I feel like it was a bit enthusiastic too early in the sense of like I think he led himself into a false sense of security quite quickly. Okay. So I don't see this alliance lasting, but I don't think it's going to be anything that like J1 does wrong. I think it's more so going to be the power and the positioning that Savannah and Shannon are in. Sorry.
Yes, 100%, Ollie. I think that dynamic is going to kind of explode at some point because they're both such smart women. And they both have the plan that they're the one in charge, that's going to implode at some point, and he's going to be torn between the two of them. So I don't think that's going to last for very long because Savannah and Shannon are so different, but they are both so smart that at some point they're going to want to go forward in a different way and want their people with them, and that's going to, I don't see it lasting.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly wasn't sure what I thought about this one, but I'll tell you where I was more confident was this alliance here. And first of all, this one surprised me. Nate and Savannah. And I think that Nate in general, I didn't know what to make of him at the start. I said, okay, this Marvel producer, is he going to be able to connect with any of these folks except for Juwan? How's he going to play this? Is he going to try to be everyone's boss? I felt like he was really, really good in this conversation. I'm curious to know what y'all thought.
I think that he's calm, collected, has an eye on the whole thing, and he's not playing his cards too soon. I think he's really smart, and he's getting to know the characters in his movie before he puts anybody in. I mean, that's just how he talks, so I'm going to continue that. I think he's really just calm and collected is the biggest thing, and taking his time. He's not rushing into anything and committing to too much before he gets to know who his players are.
Yes, I completely agree. I think Nate did a great job at sitting back, letting the dynamics flow for a bit and understanding how everything's going. And I think he did a really smart thing by going to Savannah and being like, I see you, but it's because I see, I'm doing the same thing as you. So I'm not trying to spook you. I'm trying to come together with you. And I think how he approached Savannah, I think, was really smart. And again, he laid out the line. He had Rizzo. He had Shannon. So it's like it puts Savannah and Shannon in a great position. And I think how Nate approached Savannah is going to connect more than how Juwan approached the situation. That's why I was like, it's more so not on what Juwan didn't do. I think it's just how Savannah is. I think Nate fits in there better for now. Again, it's the premiere. Anything can happen.
Definitely, but I'm with you. I felt more certain about this sort of, possible partnership scene than the one with the three of them. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen with these three, but with these two, it was like, okay, wait, it really feels like this feels true to form. Now we're moving on. Learned a little bit about every tribe, and now we're moving on to our immunity challenge. Which, by the way, these immunity idols, absolutely gorgeous, wouldn't you say?
No,
Oh, wait, Amy, I want to hear what you think.
I saw them and I was like, okay, well, which one is first and which is second? Because now we have a situation. Sorry, because the queen should be first and you're giving the king first. I don't know. I don't know. And they look like they're from like some water theme park. No, thank you. No.
Okay.
Oh, see, I'm not gonna lie. The Queen is slaying though. I will say I love the Queen. Oh, see, now you said that, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now, how do I feel about this? Because they instantly get, yeah, you're right. Oh,
It's
I like
the same as what I said in Vanuatu. Why does the woman have to be put second? And this is my little thing. I know people are going to I get a lot of trash talk because I say this kind of thing, but that's just how I feel. At the second I saw him, I was like, the queen is number 2. No, if she was the number 1 winner, I'd be like, okay. And queen was and the king was second. I'd be like, that's cool. Now Survivor is like catching up.
I
But
love it. I love it. Amy, you caught me by surprise there. I was like, oh, this is I like that take. That's a good take. I did not notice that my first watch. That's real. I dig it. We've got our idols and we've got our challenge. I mean, this was I feel like the early immunity challenges are always very, very demanding, and which makes sense. These people are not starving just yet. They've still got some fuel in them and they want to deplete them. So they're always a little especially tough. And I feel like this had a little bit of everything, including these big old snakes. We've seen the geckos, the salamanders, the snakes. Do we like the snakes? What do we think about this?
okay, I have to just say, there was like a 9-year-old boy sitting behind me at the watch party. And he looks at me and I look at him and he goes, is Survivor running out of ideas? Giant snakes? This is so weird. And I just started laughing. I was like, I don't know, buddy. That's really like...
That is so
savage.
That is so funny.
But I thought it was a great combination and it looked hard, fun. And the first one's always got to be tough because they got to set people up for what's to come, because people don't, we all say it, people don't understand how hard it is until they're out there. And when you have to carry a 200-pound snake through the jungle, you're going to understand that this is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah. I will say, I think that snakes, a little less iconic than the gecko from a couple years ago, but I do sort of like this this incorporation of being like, and you're going to have to carry a 200-pound snake, and it's like, oh my god, well, look at these things, they are pretty big.
I mean, be nice, because normally they have to carry them through the water. So the fact that they didn't have to carry them through water is like what, like they not that they got it off easy, but that wet, no. If that was wet, no.
It's true. It only gets heavier. It only gets heavier. And just a quick check-in on the comments, including a check-in on you, Amy. Zach says, hello, Amy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I was just telling the boys I'm at a charity event, and I think that's why my phone keeps going out. I'm sorry. We just packed 40,000 meals for Haitian kids and are doing this great event. And I literally just had a head net thing on and gloves and was in a full white suit packing meals. So I'm doing amazing. I feel really lucky to be able to help with such a beautiful event and dancing the whole time, just like putting all the good energy into these babies' food and just doing the best I can. So I'm doing great. And now I'm sitting with these beautiful humans talking about my favorite show. So I'm happy. Thanks for asking.
And we are so happy that you're here. Tori, it's King Triton from Little Mermaid. I thought that the idol looked like King Triton as well. It's a good call. And Amy Lang saying, saving the heavy sandbags for future challenges. That's right. They had to do the steak this time around. The sandbags will come a little bit later. This was just hilarious. I literally texted Ollie before this. I was checking out the slides maybe 30 minutes before the show. Somehow this was missing. And I texted him. I said, Ollie, literally, if you have the time, please throw this in there because this is too iconic. We need this here. Amy, what was this?
I loved it so much. This is Survivor. You do what you got to do to make things happen. Like mud in the eyes. What are we going to do? I'm not going to pour it. If I shoot it in your face, spitting it on you, it's going to get out of your eyes faster. So I thought it was great. And
high pressure.
Time you're done with this, like when you're done at the last few days of Survivor, this is just normal. Of course you're going to do this. The fact that they did it on like the second day or first day, like, yay, you're in. You're playing the game. You're getting the feels, and it's happening.
Yeah, I love it. Getting right to it. Anywho, we see that we got another win from Yellow. They're performing quite well. I don't know if we all saw that coming or not. Ollie.
Well, this the thing. They've officially, in the new era, they've officially broken the Yellow Tribe curse. Because the Yellow Tribe, I believe, always goes to the first tribal council, or they're always on a losing spree. They've won both their challenges.
No, that's not true because
Is it not?
No, and Vanuatu, Yasser was yellow, and we
No, so the new era, so from like 41.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know Yasser, don't you worry. I know about that. I got
some folks who did not have the same fate were Blue, who we got to learn more about because they were on their way to tribal council. So a little post challenge deliberation. It seemed pretty much from right after tribal that it was going to be between either Nicole or Annie, mostly based off of, or I guess I'll ask you two. Do you think that this was mostly based off of challenge performance, or do you think that this was just y'all are general outsiders, we're just not really getting along with you?
Oh gosh. You don't know unless you're there, unless you can watch every movement and see everything that happens and how people are being treated. Like it just, you just don't know. So many things change so quickly within those few hours. One person could say one thing that just, I mean, how Annie said, oh, well, I'm kind of thinking, like it changes so quickly. And if somebody gets their feelings hurt, and like Jake, if he had control of everything and he got his feelings hurt, then all of a sudden he could switch the vote and everybody follows along because they just don't want it to be them. So who knows exactly what it was. But frick, I always feel for the first person voted out. My girl, when she got voted out, first votes out are so hard.
Yeah,
so
True.
I think it like they alluded to it being challenge performance, but I don't necessarily think that was for me. That was what they were saying, but was that the reasons? I don't necessarily think so, because I don't actually necessarily think Nicole. I don't think they did bad in the challenge, because I actually think it was Annie that was struggling, because you see in that challenge, you've got, I think it was the Hina tribe, literally this person all the way over here, like they're like, yep, I'm going to get this all the way over here so we move. Annie's there with steel rope going, no, I've not got enough room. And I'm like, yes, you do, Annie. I was like, see what they're doing. So I definitely think there was an element of, for certain people, this person was on the outs, so it's beneficial for them to go for them. And that's what Nicole was at that moment for some of them, which I understand.
Yeah, I want to go back to one of the... Oh, go ahead, Amy, please.
Well, I think that the difference is Annie put herself in some of the toughest positions and challenges, which I had a lot of respect for that, but that sometimes just putting yourself in tough positions because you want to look tough or be tough, talks about how she does all this stuff, is not always the best thing. You need to put yourself in positions where you know you're going to do the best. And I feel like she kind of held Jake back a little bit. I mean, of course not of course. Maybe she's going to, or maybe she's not. But I really felt like she put herself out there. I don't know how much Nicole put herself out to be in a position of vulnerability like that. Like, I'm not quite sure. But one thing I do know is Nicole has to go to straight clubs now, at least one. That was her. Did you see her pre-game? Like, if I'm the first person voted out? Yeah. Anyway, so go back, Ollie. What were you saying? Or it was...
No, I said everything I needed to, so you're good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. I was just going to say that I actually wanted to go back to one of the first things that you said on this podcast, Amy, was after that first challenge, I feel like whenever you lose, you go back and you're playing some sort of blame game. And sometimes it's not even entirely deserved when someone's saying, "Oh, Nicole messed this up." It's just a matter of dynamic and interpersonal things that you're essentially scapegoating as, "Oh, they didn't do as well in this challenge." And so, without seeing every minute of what's going on in these tribe camps, it is technically like very hard to know where it's really coming from. But they did sort of make it seem like it was mostly a challenge-based thing. Either way, Nicole was definitely going around trying to see if they could pick up a vibe from the folks around and see if it was gonna be their head tonight. I don't think that they did the best job. We could talk about it because, quote, I will be using my shot in the dark if I think that anything is up tonight, and we didn't see it used. What were all these scenes for? Did you all think that they were going to sniff it out, or did you think that what happened tonight would happen?
I think it was. I actually give Nicole a lot of credit in this scene because I think they explained what they were doing very well, in my opinion. Because I thought it was really smart that they're going, right, I'm going to go to this person and have the conversation. When I go to this person, when I'm having the conversation, does everything line up from what I've heard from this other person? And if they know the dynamics well enough on their tribe, it is a case of, is this all matching up? Yep. Okay. Go to the next person. Is this all matching up? Yeah. So it's a really good fire way to see if something isn't working. And if so, okay, what's that reason? Because if that person knows the dynamics and they understand how good if this person is kind of in a decent spot, why are they different?
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, credit to the rest of the tribe, though, because they did do a then great job at making sure they're all on the same page, it seems, because Nicole didn't get sus on it.
Right. And Amy, I'm curious to know what you think about sort of Nicole's pre-tribal, search and discovery for who it might be.
Well, first of all, I want to clarify. Does Nicole identify they, them? Because I read something that was her, she, and I just didn't want to get that wrong. I want to be clear about that.
I think they go by they, them pronouns.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
but
I don't think positive, so I was just playing the safe card and just they, them. But
well, because I did look into it and I did see she. So I just wanted to be clear and respect. So no, whatever I'm saying, it's coming from respect. So yeah, I kind of expected for Nicole to sniff it out because that was like claim to fame right there. This is what I do for a living. And even if you have the slightest bit, I just wonder if Annie and Nicole talked at all. Like that would have been my first thing. If it's Nicole, like, what are they saying to you? Who are they saying to you? Because if they say that they're saying me and they're saying me to you, then it's one of us and we need to do something. So I wonder what happened there, if there was a conversation that ever did happen, because that's where I would have been like, okay, I'm playing my shot in the dark. Because if they're telling you me and they're telling me you, I'm going to play my shot in the dark. I would have just done it anyhow. So I don't know. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. So that's a tough one to comment on.
Yeah. So while I slacked on the preseason, I have watched a lot of Nicole's exit interviews, and Nicole did say that she and Annie actually did not get as much FaceTime in front of one another as you might expect. Or that she said that even herself, she said, I'm surprised that I didn't actually think to open up a dialogue with Annie. It just never happened. We're two different people, and it just never happened. And so that is what I saw in exit interviews. And so, yeah, there is that's a good thought, Amy, where it's almost like, what could have been if the two of them actually got together, compared notes, and said, oh, crap, it's one of us tonight.
Yeah.
But I even wonder, sort of next step, if that happened, would they be incentivized to work together, or would it feel like, okay, well, now I got to throw you under the bus? And it did seem, I mean, certainly by the end of the deliberation, like it was up in the air. If I'm being honest, I did not know who might go home.
That's production.
That's always a good place to start. Always a good place to start. And right here, this is the group of four sort of telling Annie, "Hey, it's Nicole tonight, but we are telling Nicole that the vote is on you tonight. If you get so, Amy, I'm going to go right to you. I mean, what are you supposed to make of when you were the decoy vote and you're being told straight to your face?
I would never ever do that. I mean, because I played like I'm just going to tell you I'm voting you out. So I mean, I played old school. The game has changed so much, but I feel like just shooting straight is such. It works, but I mean, it worked back then. I don't know how it would work now. You have to read the people and see how sneaky they are and see how it's just a situational thing, and you have to pay attention to every eye movement, every deep breath, every holding breath, every walk off into the forest together. You need to sit in camp and see what exactly is happening around you, because even if they're telling you like you're the decoy, that's never good. First of all, it's never good if you're the decoy vote, ever. There's no time when you're like, oh great, that's great, I'll take one for the team. No, let's tell them somebody else. Let's tell them it's you, Jake. Let's tell them we're all voting for you. And if you want to do that, let's say you. Otherwise, all of us, we're going to be the next ones. Let's just put it on Jake since he's the guy in charge. You're strong. You're confident. Let's just do that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny, Amy? You're absolutely right. Because right after they tell you that you were the decoy vote, they are having a private meeting without you. And this happens so often. And,
Yeah.
at this point, they're actually talking about what they actually want to do. And I do think that it was probably in this conversation where they figured it out. Survivor editors did not show us everything, but it was clear that they were between Annie and Nicole at this point. Another request by way of me to Ali before we got here. I said, we need to show it. Nicole just absolutely barfing right in hand. I mean, Nicole, I did the same move in college, but I gotta say, I was blown away when I saw this on my television screen. Were you guys as shocked as I was?
You go ahead, Ollie.
I was shocked. Yeah, I was happy to learn the context as to why this happened. I will say there was context. It wasn't just nerves. But I mean, the editors were sneaky to make it look like that. So
Wait,
well
what?
done, editors, on that being sneaky. Pardon?
They took
What?
a vitamin right beforehand. And they did say that their stomach was probably feeling a little queasy because of nerves. But the main thing was the vitamin, took the vitamin, and then right after, it just came right back up.
Yeah, they're disgusting. They're like giant horse pills.
Amy, is this the most graphic throw up we've ever seen on Survivor? Like aired?
Yeah, oh, definitely. A double throw up. It wasn't even just one. It's like, let's do it twice.
It's wild.
If
Right
you
in the
missed it
hand.
the first time, here's the second one.
Frankly, this might get us demonetized. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because, who knows what's going to happen in this video after showing this. Anywho, look, just going to power through this. We get to Tribal. And I just want to say, Tribal set looked gorgeous. I love the sort of motif of shipwreck and, out on the seas. It looked like a giant boat. Amy, you brought this up at the start. This is where you have Jeff being like, okay, it's all happy-go-lucky. I'm happy that you're having a good time, Jeremiah. What do you think as like actually a player out here? I mean, what did you make of just the vibe of this Tribal?
You go ahead first, Ollie.
I thought it was sorry. I'm also just looking at Sophie's outfit and loving it. I'm so sorry. I just need to clock that. Spark. That generally that's what I was doing for like the first half of the Tribal. I was just looking at Sophie's outfit, being like, that looks so cozy. I think overall this was very much a tribe of like trying to it was like the Swan. Like everything's fine here and everything's kicking underneath. Like that was very much the vibe of the Tribal. And then it was Jeremiah kind of the one thing I think he did do slightly wrong this episode where he just went, yeah, it is between two people. And I was like, oh no, let's not say that. But I think everyone else handled it in a way that didn't spook anyone. You saw Nicole get spooked, but I think Sophie did an amazing job at kind of reeling it back in. And also Alex, because when Sophie was like, when Nicole was like, "Am I okay?" Like, I think you had Alex reassuring them. You had Sophie kind of making sure that they felt a bit more reassured and like not that targeted. But yeah, I was sat there going, "Ooh, that could have gone very wrong," and Jeremiah could have been like the blowback of that, and that wouldn't have been fun for me.
Or that could have gone very perfect, and then Nicole could have been like, "No, I'm playing it," and it could have been like a whole exciting event, which I would have loved to see. But they were really good actors, and they made Nicole feel at home and at peace. And sadly, that was the demise right there. It was, yeah, I don't know. It seems like there seems like a really serious pecking order on this tribe, and I really hope it gets shaken up. I really hope things get messy and people start realizing what number they are in the order and turn it upside down.
Yeah, I think that the sort of two moments that we've revolved around here. I think that the Jeremiah calling out well, Jeff, I know it's going to be this person or that person. That is probably one of the most memorable moments here. And in my opinion, I felt like that was sort of tipping the hat enough for Nicole to react. And
Yes.
obviously, it's easy enough to say for me at home sitting on the couch, but I did think, I said, man, that was your call, Nicole. That was your call to be like, okay, look, at the very least, my vote's probably not even really going to matter here. Let me just use my shot in the dark. Ali, please refute me. I know you're going to. I'm ready for it.
No. It just reminded me of something else that actually happened that I thought it wasn't just Jeremiah. I think had a boo boo. I think Jake had a boo boo. In the sense of when they described everyone on the tribe, and they had like the way Nicole described everyone was in so much detail and with so much like vibrancy and just enthusiasm. And then it's like, I think it was Jeff that then was like, well, Jake, flip side, what's Nicole's role? And how Jake answered it was kind of just like a meh. Like if I was Nicole in that situation, I'd have been like, I've been really loving her. I've been like really detailed, and I just get kind of book standard. I'd sit there and go, So I will say that was another little, like, not as big of a boo boo as Jeremiah, but if I was Nicole, I would have clocked that and gone, so why is my thing not as like grandeur? Like I've given grandeur. I've just told this man he's 4.
I have a for you, Ollie. Do you think that Jake would have described anyone except for his new boyfriend in any elaborate and beautiful other than a basic, like, I just don't think he's got it in him. Like, I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he is, but I just don't think he's got that in him.
That's fair.
So
actually, I know how he would have described it.
There we go. I will say, I just want to give a shout out to Alex, who I think that he did the best job of obfuscating what was actually happening here. Again, in the exit interviews, Nicole revealed herself. She said, honestly, what really convinced me to not use it was me checking in with Alex and him giving me that assurance. And I'll tell you what, that man definitely works in politics, because I believed him. I was sitting there and I was like, this looks so honest. I feel like it is Annie. I think Annie's going home. They tricked me, or rather Alex tricked me. Alas, Nicole got the boot. And I'll tell you, the one thing that I think is something that, she can hang her hat on, be very proud of, is that, there are so many first boots that you look at and you go, man, I don't know if I'm going to remember you a year from now. Nicole had so many iconic moments despite being a first boot. Maybe not since Jelinski, Reem, some iconic first boots of the past. Do I feel that we have had someone who is as memorable as Nicole was as a first boot?
Stephanie, oh my God. Stephanie was like my queen goddess and she was first booted out. I was devastated. I hear what you're saying. You're totally right.
That's a good call, though, please.
Production did a great job, like showcasing who she was or who she is. Right. But still, Stephanie, oh my God, my heart was broken into a million pieces when she got voted off first.
Mm.
Go ahead, Ollie.
I will never forget her wardrobe. I felt like Stephanie had amazing wardrobe. I loved it.
That is true.
Ollie?
Apart from the hat. No, Nicole, I adored them. I mean, I picked them for the draft, and I will sit here and say, I don't care that I picked the first boo. I still picked a better player than some other people did because we will remember Nicole. I just loved their energy, like pre-season. Like, I love the fact the first thing that they did to introduce themselves to the world of Survivor was just like, kind of just being like, oh, all the straight men. And I was like, yeah. So I just love Nicole's energy. I love their vibe. I think they have so much potential. And I think, like you said, Phil, they are someone that if they did come back as a first boot, I could see that because there was a lot of potential. You saw the clogs turning. So well done, Nicole.
Well done indeed. And speaking of well done to you, Ollie, because you have set us up for our next segment. A tribe has posted. Take it away, Ollie.
So, for anyone that does not know, I, after every episode, go scour social media because I just love being nosy. And I find all of what's been going on to find any little tidbits and any little things. So we're going to start off, not with actually anyone, well, someone from this season, but someone that's in this podcast because, as Amy said, went to a Survivor watch party, went to Stephen. So I just wanted to give Amy the chance to, again, say any more things they wanted on the watch party, because I will also say the outfit was a slay. We loved the outfit.
Thank you. No, it was seriously so good. Like I said, I was expecting some pish posh party bosh guy, and he was just glorious, fabulous. He even sent me a message just yesterday, like, I am so glad I met you on Be Friends Forever. And I know we will be. Like, he's just a beautiful, and he had my favorite quote of the entire episode, which was once he got his hearing aids put in, he's like, I wonder how many farts I let out that weren't silent. I died laughing. I died. I literally died laughing. My mom laughed. My mom has not been laughing for a few months, and she laughed at that. So thank you, Stephen, for a giggly moment and sharing all your friends. And then the girl in one of the posts with me, Amy, she's tried to be on Survivor multiple times for 20 years, and I've got her inspired to reapply, and I really hope she makes it because she's a super cool girl. We just had perfect night. Steven's amazing. I'm rooting for him, and Sage 100%.
We love. Okay, moving on though, because I've got so many slides because it's the premiere. We have a couple of pre-season things here. You've got, again, Stephen, and this was a little reaction to when he got the call to confirm he was on Survivor. You've got MC, the power boss that she is, showing you how she trained for Survivor. You've got also Shannon sending a load of love to all the people pre-season, like how before she came and stuff. Then we've got some other things going on. Jake was in, I want to say it was Wichita. I really hope I said the name right. Where he got to meet some incredible legends like Rupert, Abby Marie Gomez, who we also love on this show, and got to go to that premiere. And Sophie from Hina, the day of the Survivor premiere, she kept having loads of 49 references in and around her way. So I would have said if you were able to see her Insta story, you should have checked that out because there was so many 49 references, which was so cool to see. You've then got obviously everyone prepping for the premiere. You've got Christina with her lovely children. You've got the fit and the vibes from Shannon, and then also Trashy Annie. I love this look. I love the fact that again, we all know me. I love a bit of fashion. So seeing that was her look for her premiere party, I was like, we cannot not stand.
And
yeah. Sorry,
I just said she looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then this was, again, the T minus, like getting ready. You have Nicole, you have Rizzo, and you have Sophie being like, you better make sure you're watching. Continuing on. And then this is watching everything. This is people watching and getting to see their premieres. I really just loved this picture from Savannah where it was the Unreal. You've got Christina having all of her friends and family at her watch party, which just looked like an incredible time. If Christina has by now posted any reels of it, I would say go watch. Same with MC. She's posted a reel that it's such a good reel. There's so much love and energy in that reel. So I would say go give it a watch and a like. And then here's the more posts from people. You've got Stephen, you've got Sophie, and you've got Savannah, all talking about the premiere and how it all meant to them. So go check those out. And then some more funny and cute things. J1, I love the fact that this was the post. What a night, and it's completely drenched in mud. You've got Savannah in the middle where it's a picture of her grandma watching the show and seeing, obviously, her granddaughter on the show, which is so cute. And then Alex at his premiere party, which he had organised, which Tori from the show Babes and Buffs was also there to watch and root on Alex. So that was fun. And then some funny things that we saw. You've got Jake, the shoe bandit strikes again. You've got Jason saying name dropped Project M on international TV. And then you've got a funny moment from Alex where it's just that, oh, so close. And then you've got Rizzo coming in to get it all going. Yes.
Just to slow your roll here for a second, Ali, I want to comment on this. As a huge gamer myself, it literally, like, I don't think that unless you game hard, you might not realize Jason saying Project M on national television is pretty nutty. Like, that post is hilarious. That is such a niche, like, deep gamer world. Like, even think for anyone to know. Project M is like a game mod of a of one of the lesser popular games from Smash to play like the more popular version. I just think that's wild. So yeah, that was, I saw that one and I thought that was really funny. And I was like, yeah, Jason, you go, man. Mentioning Project M on Survivor. Let's go.
I mean, I can't wait to see all the other things that he's going to hopefully name drop on the show. I hope it's like a continuous thing. Like each week we get to see him name drop another video game. And then finally we have Nicole. The middle one is their post kind of, we see this now. It's become like natural on Instagram where they'll do like their final boot post and they're like, thank everyone. And then there was a couple of Insta stories as well with Nicole on their exit interviews talking about their game, and also the really sweet moment when they first got in the tribe and Nicole goes over to Jeremiah and is like, we're just another gay person. We love it. We love to see it. But those are all of the posts and Insta stories that I found. We've now got some polls. So for anyone that doesn't know, on X, we post 3 polls to get your engagement, to see how the fans are thinking about the show and what they would have done. So this is the time for Phil and Amy. You get to play along as well. So I will show you the first poll and then you can answer for yourselves. It was, would you have, is meant to say, well, I think, yeah, would you have snuck a peek maybe at Alex's completed puzzle? Yes, give me all the info. Yes, but still won't help. No, I got this regardless, or I just hate puzzles.
Amy?
Oh, definitely. Give me all the info. Why? We're here to win, and if the rule isn't you can't, then why wouldn't you? You use all the tools you have in the tool bag, and if that's a tool that's available, definitely use it.
I'm with Amy. Anything to get the W. Give me the info, please. What do we got?
You're both in the majority because 75% said yes, give me all the info. Okay, next poll. Who would you have been during Uli's morning meditation? Shannon, Savannah, or just chilling somewhere else?
Amy?
Well, I would have just been my damn self. I'm not any of those people. I'd have just been sitting there doing a little my own stuff. I probably would have had flowers in my hair. I mean, if you're going to do something, go all the way. I'd have been like getting deep with it. I've been doing some omen and I'd have had fun with it. Like if you're going to do it, have fun. Just like in life. Why not?
Yeah, I sort of already mentioned this earlier in the podcast. I think that I would very much be chilling somewhere else. I mean, look, and I would have made an excuse for myself. I know that it would be smart for me to be there, so I would have to tell them that I was, feeling sickly. I had to use the bathroom, and I would just scurry off and hopefully make it back right at the end.
What about you, Ollie?
I 100% was I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, I can't remember if this was the majority answer now. I would have been Savannah. Not for me. I would have fully been Savannah. And the majority was on that. 43% said Savannah, not for me. And then it was a tie for Shannon and chilling somewhere else. And then the final poll is, how would you have gotten the mud out of your eyes? Someone spit water at me? Pour water over my eyes, wait till back at camp, or just left the mud there? Phil?
I think that I am definitely going pour water over my eyes. I think that despite the high pressure spit, I think that I would probably prefer just water from the from the jug. Water from their little canteens. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So bad at these polls because I do not fit into a category ever. I probably would have bawled my eyes out, just been like, ah, just to get it out. But no, I'm down for some spit. It depends on who's doing it. I'd have to like the person who is spitting in my eyes. If I did not like them, you are not putting any of your body fluids anywhere near me. Better pour water in my eyes if I had it, but I'd go for the spit thing if I like the person.
Well, there you go. But I think we all know where this is going with this majority.
Or
71% pour water over the eyes. There was 14% though that just left the mud there. Apparently, why? Could have been a good facial. Who knows? I was not one of those 14% though. But those are the polls. Just a reminder to everyone. On Thursdays, keep an eye on X on our social media at Survivor Now Pod, because we will post them and you can have your say and then come back here to see what the results were. But that was the Travis posted.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ali. Always making sure that we know what's going on online. And as Ali knows, there are a lot of times where I don't know what's going on online. So I'm very, very thankful that Ali keeps me up to date. That is also one of my favorite segments. So thank you very much. Amy, let's get us back here. Amy, thank you so much for coming onto our podcast. I mean, genuinely, I'm so happy that we got this worked out. I know in the beginning we were going through, ironing out the kinks, but we figured it out. And I think that the podcast was better off having you in it. So thank you so much.
Well, I really, really appreciate you having me. And sorry about those little technical difficulties. It's like, gotta make stuff happen in life. Fly by the seat of your pants. I got another phone in here, somebody else's phone, and then finally one that works. So
I love it. And I know
phones all around me.
I love it. And I know, Ollie, you want to shout something out really quick, please.
Yeah, no, obviously Amy knows, love her. We love. But I just want to shout out, if anyone wants to see more Amy content, there was a cute little thing that occurred called Pride in the Tribe, where during Pride Month, we got to talk to some amazing guests about some of their amazing moments in Survivor. And I did definitely have an iconic first guest who I absolutely love and adored. And it was such a lovely time to have her. So I would say go check that interview out, because if you love Amy, you will love that interview and you will fall more and more in love with her. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Make sure to check that out. And after you do that, don't forget that we have a bunch more content for you to take in. If you have not checked out the pre-show before the episode on Wednesdays, the after show immediately following the episode, Survivor Social on Thursday, Survivor Stockwatch on Friday, and obviously you're here, so hopefully you are here every single week for Got Something For Ya. Please.
Clock it next week.
Right. It's Influencer Week, so you will be seeing all folks that you're familiar with coming on our pod, speaking a little Survivor with us. Next Saturday, we will have Survivor Isms on our podcast, and that man is awesome. We met him at a what was it? Was that the finale party we met him at, Ollie? That's right.
Yeah.
Super fun guy. Excited to have him on, and it's gonna be a rocking week next week. So make sure to tune back in. Amy, thank you again for being here. You were such a joy, and we will catch you all next week.
Thank you.